All right, we're gonna start where we left off last time. So again, we're gonna start in cat-cow. Shins down, feet faced up, nice and relaxed. Nice and tucked body so that our arms are directly under our shoulders. Our knees are directly under our hips. From here, we're going to push into the ground as if we're getting pushed away, stuck in quicksand just a little bit. And that helps us go upright. We're gonna make sure that we're not sinking down or arching up. And then from here, we're gonna tuck the tail ever so slightly. And we're gonna roll with the body one segment at a time, letting everything relax until our head is facing our feet. From there, we're going to look up, nice and slow, letting everything sink one segment at a time until the butt is facing the opposite wall, and then tuck again. And look up. And it's normal for one area to be a little bit difficult to get apart from. That is why we practice and why we do it a couple of times, so that we can build on what we already have and we can improve on what we need to. One more time, slow and steady. From here, we're gonna go just into tabletop. We can remember that we are stuck in quicksand. If you tend to feel like your shoulders are sinking, I want you to push through them and go upright. It's almost as if you're doing a push-up. So we don't want them to sink, we wanna push through. So think about shoulders nice and wide, chin tucked. And then from here, we're just gonna go about 30 seconds of being stuck in quicksand with putting pressure through the shins, trying to get out, trying to escape, side to side, forward to backward, corner to corner, corner to corner, other corner to corner. We're just stuck in quicksand circles, stuck in quicksand, trying to just get everything to move. If you feel like there's tension in one area, you can go to that side a little bit more. See if we can relax it as we move into it. You can breathe into any area of tension. Rock side to side. Good. After that, we want to take that tabletop. And this time we want to sit back into it. So we want to rock into the table. When we want to do this, we want to keep our ischial tuberosities, the sits bones, the bottom of the butt, facing the opposite wall for as long as possible, because we want to stretch those on the hamstring. So it's going to feel like somebody's literally pulling your butt up as you go back. And naturally, when you get to a certain point, which is different for everyone because I am pretty flexible, get to a certain point, you'll feel them start to curl under. That is completely normal when you get to back here. You're going to have to naturally tuck a little bit, but we want to keep them for as long as possible. So this time we just want to inhale, rock back, exhale, come forward. Inhale, rock back, exhale, come forward. Inhale, rock back, exhale, come forward. You might start to catch yourself sinking more. So if that's the case, it's okay to just reset and start again. Rock back, rock back, back, back. Good. Again, ischial tuberosities going out towards the wall as long as possible. Great. This time, I want you to take your hands more forward. I know this is exactly what I told you not to do, but we're going to be in this more extended pose, but I want to this time go back, go back, go back. Still thinking about the ischial tuberosity as far as possible. and then let your body sink down into the ground. So if you still have a little bit of a baby belly, that's completely normal. We just let that go between our thighs. It's okay if our thighs are sitting wide. So we're just in this pose, and at first we're just going to breathe. This is a great time if you tend to have difficulty breathing into your sides or your back to practice on that breath. Remember to keep that chin tucked and long. As you're in this pose, I want you to feel what is happening to the pelvic floor as you breathe in. Do you feel your pelvic floor elongating as you inhale and gently lifting as you exhale? Good. And then come back. Pause for just a second. You can sit on your heels upright. When we sit on our heels, we do want them to be sitting on the heels and not rolling the feet in or rolling the feet out. So we want the feet relatively flat. If you try to do that and you notice that it's uncomfortable, you can always grab a towel and place it behind your knees so that you have a little bit more support there and lift. So that way your pelvic floor isn't yet reaching the floor. And that's okay. And if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always go longer. It's a little bit more of a stretch the closer to the knee that you do, and it's a little bit more supportive the further towards the foot you do. So whatever you need, that is what you need right now, and that is perfect. Okay. So again, we're gonna go up, wider, longer than we normally would. Rock back and breathe. From here, if we have an exercise ball, that is ideal. We're going to take the exercise ball and we're going to use it as feedback. So as we're in the tabletop position, it's not uncommon to feel a little disconnect. So you just place a ball against a wall. You're still in the same position, but this time you lean back just a little bit into the ball for information. And we're going to practice on breathing. As you inhale, you should feel the ball gently, or your pelvic floor gently fall into the ball. As you exhale, you should feel your pelvic floor gently lifting away from the ball. So we'll just do 2 or 3 breaths. If at any time you feel low back pain, that's typically from rocking it down. So just remember to keep that tailbone or the sits bones facing the opposite wall, and you may need to think again about that stuck in quicksand to push everything upright. Inhale, rock into the ball. Exhale, out. Inhale, gentle rock into the ball. Exhale, gentle rock away. Inhale, rock in. Exhale, rock out. Inhale, rock in. Exhale, rock out. From here, there we go. From here, we're going to go onto our back. So I want you to grab a kitchen chair, a couch, anything you can prop your feet on will work. It just needs to be about the height of a kitchen chair. So from there, we go on our stomachs. We're going to lift the knees one by one onto that chair. From here, we're just going to pause and breathe in this position. Again, if at any time you need support, you put the support wherever you feel like it's needed, whether that is behind your neck, under your low back, or under your mid back. Any of those are fine. If you do feel like you're tucking a lot and you feel a lot of pressure into your pelvic floor, sometimes it's nice to even roll the towel up, place it under your tailbone, And then think about pushing the tailbone towards the towel, so that way we aren't tucking our butt and lifting our butt with our pelvic floor. So if that's you, that's okay too. So we just bolster where we need. So hand towels are a beautiful thing to help us stay supported. So knees at 90 degrees. We do want them rocked out. This is not the time to be a lady and sit with our knees crossed. We do want them wider because that's how our hips are designed. So we want them just slightly lateral here, okay? From here, we're just going to breathe into our areas that we need the most support. Last time we did a glute bridge, we wanted to feel it here, in the glutes and the butt. This time, our goal is to do a hamstring bridge. So the hamstring is the muscle that runs on the back of the leg. For this one, I want you to push your entire foot, feet, or legs down. You'll feel the hamstring light up, and you want to gently lift 1 to 2 inches. I would love for you to feel the back of your leg, feel your hamstrings. It goes all the way to that sits bone, and I want you to feel how that muscle is working. Then, if you feel comfortable, I'd love for you to touch inside the sits bone as well. What frequently happens is that people tighten their butt in order to lift. So they're actually using the posterior pelvic floor muscles instead of the hamstrings. It's pretty common in anyone that has hemorrhoids or constipation. So if that's you, please make special note of that. So again, we want to push down, use the hamstrings to lift. The same cues work for everything we've already done. So if you feel like you have the bulge in the center of the abdomen and you have a divot right here, let's see, more like that, you can think long inhale, exhale, think about the sits bones or the ASIS having a rod connecting them, lift there. See how that feels, does that change it? If you feel like you constantly tuck, the first thing I want you to do is check your ribs. They might be arching up, making it harder. So ribs down, feel what your butt is doing, keep that level. Your back should not be firing. If it is, it usually means we are arching too much in the low back. So we want to tuck the butt just a little bit with the pelvis rather than just tightening the butt. So it's the difference between tightening the butt and clenching and rocking the pelvis back, okay? So we rock the pelvis back gently and lift, and you should feel that in the hamstring, in the lower abdomen. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. And lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. Let the body sink in to relax. Push down with your feet, lift up. Again, make sure it's just the hamstrings, not the low back. Good. And lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. One more time. Inhale.